Designed to accelerate executives' learning and career growth at 4 different stages, the comprehensive leadership programs at Harvard Business School Executive Education deliver knowledge, skills, and perspective that transform your ability to lead. Prepare now to face tomorrow's challenges with confidence. Immerse yourself in a powerful, proven learning experience with full-time HBS faculty and talented peers from around the world. To learn more, visit hbs.me/leadership. That's hbs.me/leadership.
Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome, everyone, to the second season of Doc Society Entertainment Talk Live. This is your pre-show today, a 1-hour special, and we are joined today by my co-host, the lovely and beautiful and very talented natural vampire, Michelle Jaeger. I hope I said that right. Should I slap me? We're also joined by the cool guy. We're also joined by the cool guy, Brandon Levesque.
Hello.
And the mortician, Lucian Tomes, is joining us as well.
Good evening,
so, guys, this is the second season of Doc Society Entertainment Talk Live, and we have a lot of great things coming on this season. We have so many special guests that's going to be joining us. Topics are going to be all range of entertainment, from movies to film to music to gaming to professional wrestling. You name it, we're going to be talking about it. There's going to be no holding back. We're going to have a lot of fun. And so let's just get to know our guest, our host, a little bit. So, Michelle, how are you enjoying being a part of the Doc Society Entertainment Talk Live team this season?
Well, I appreciate the invite to come on. It's been a while since I've been on air. I've missed it, and I am really excited about this season.
And Brandon?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. I'm definitely excited for this. This is actually my first time being on air, but definitely excited for it. You know, I got a lot of stuff, music, horror to talk about, and definitely looking forward to it.
And then we have the great Lucian Tomes.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've been told I had a face for radio. But yeah, it's great to be back, Keith. Hope you're doing well, and I'm really looking forward to the upcoming season. The list you showed us in advance of guests you got lined up and guests that are in the offing, it promises to be a hell of a show.
Yes, it's going to be a great season. We do have a lot of great guests. And speaking of guests, this Wednesday at 9 p.m., we are going to be joined by the Glow Girls, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, Patricia Summerlin, who is known as Sunny, Roxy Astor, and Dallas, who is Debbie Miller. They'll be our special guests on this Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Doc Society Entertainment Talk Live. And for those of you who don't know about Glow, which I'm sure many of you do know about Glow, in 1985, the first pilot of Glow was filmed, but the promotion officially started in 1986. It went on to be a very colorful, over-the-top TV show on women's wrestling, but it became much more. I mean, the women were so great. I mean, their characters, their choreography, their timing. I mean, they were great performers and great entertainers. And they'll be joining us Wednesday as our special guests.
Should be a hell of a show.
Yeah, that was back when, women's wrestling, on the pro level was just sort of an afterthought. It just sort of got grouped in with the midgets and all the oddball stuff. But yeah, I mean, these were wrestling divas before there ever was such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
And Michelle,
they had amazing costumes and hair.
Oh yes, they had big hair.
Costume.
I mean,
I remember
the '80s was full of big hair.
Oh yeah, the hair was very interesting back then.
And,
I rocked the big hair.
Yeah, the '80s was like a Doctor Who episode without the TARDIS. I mean, you never know who or what you were going to see at any point in time.
Yeah,
I've actually noticed a lot of
also.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of '80s trends are actually coming back recently. A lot of things, some of the hairstyles, a lot of the fashion is coming back. You could hear it a lot in the music as well.
A lot of it shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, Bruno Mars is making it work. He's making it work with the music for sure.
Brandon, you go to work with leg warmers on, so you're getting back in the crowd.
Right? Or maybe I should. I'm standing knee deep in sea grime all day.
Sounds like fun.
But,
yeah, it's not.
I mean, the one wrestler from Glow that really was one of my favorites because I always rooted for the villain in professional wrestling because I portray a villain in professional wrestling as the Don. But the one woman that really stood out to me was Matilda the Hun. She was a fabulous woman. I mean, she was a great performer, and she knew how to draw in that crowd with the heat that she drew. I mean, it was amazing. Also, I want to advertise quickly that the Glow Cruise Afterglow will be March 4th through the 11th. It's a third annual. Listeners can go to the www.afterglow@sea.com for more information. But that's going to be a great cruise to go on. There's going to be a lot of fun there, and you can meet all the Glow girls. But I'm looking forward to hearing from Patricia Summerlin, Roxy Astor, and Debbie Miller this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Also, on the 18th, we have Scott Essman that's going to be joining us. Now, for those of you who don't know Scott is an art instructor at the Institute of California, a publicist at Universal Studios Home Entertainment. He is a writer, and he also produces projects about motion picture craftsmanship and Hollywood history, and been doing that since the mid-'80s. I mean, his credits go on, and has so much great insight to share with us all on that show. So I'm looking forward to Scott to join us. I mean, if you read about him or looked him up, you can Google his name. I mean, this guy has so many great credits behind him, and he's going to be on our 18th show.
Quite a lot of
on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the list goes on and on about our special guests that we're having. We have Buddy Cooper, who will be joining us. Buddy Cooper is the writer and director of the 80s slasher film The Mutilator, which is one of my personal favorite films, just released on Blu-ray last year. I mean, they did a great job. Arrow did a great job on bringing that old title back to life in 4K and rendering and all the special features. It was great. Have any of you ever watched The Mutilator?
I can't say that I have. I know I
might have.
I know I saw mention. I used to work in a video store back when VHS roamed the earth, and I know I saw the title, but I just never got around to seeing it.
Yeah, it had a great cover art. 3 people on meat hooks hanging there, and a guy with a giant hook in his hand. I mean, the film itself was to me, it was a great film. I don't know. I just liked the film for some reason. It drew to me. But Michelle, you watched The Mutilator, haven't you?
I may have. I don't remember. I watched so many movies that they just start to blend. So I will just probably fire stick it and watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
And also joining us would be actor Nathan Basil. Nathan Basil, for any of you that know him, Nathan is an extraordinary actor, been in numerous TV shows and films, and he's most well known as the slasher Leslie Vernon in the motion picture Behind the Mask.
I saw that.
I'm sure that's going to be a great show.
I love that.
I believe I've seen.
I mean, that film is truly wonderful. Not to give too much away, but imagine a world where Jason and Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger were actually real, and that there were people who followed them and their kill scores the way some people follow baseball players. And this tells the story about this. Leslie Vernon's aspiring to have his big night, as it were, where he has his mass slaughter, and he invites a documentary crew to follow him along. And it's an incredibly well done film.
Yeah, a lot of good twists in the film as well, but Nathan did an excellent job, superior job as playing that role as Leslie Vernon. I mean, he was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Also joining us will be Will Keenan. Will is a great producer, writer, director, stuntman, and actor. He's been in so many great films such as Romeo and Juliet, Terra Firma, Wicked Lake, and so many more. He also made an impact on TV as well, starring in multiple shows as well. I mean, there's so many great guests that's going to be joining the second season of Doc Society Entertainment Talk Live, and I'm just looking forward to every episode we have. On our show, we'll be talking about people who get involved with filmmaking, music, pro wrestling, gaming. So if anybody out there listening is inspiring or in the business of being independent in the filmmaking business, or music business, professional wrestling, gaming, anything entertainment, and want to promote yourself on our show, just email us at docsocietypictures@gmail.com. Once again, that's docsocietypictures@gmail.com. Now, what would you hosts like to see in this second season?
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Very good question.
There are some potential things that you've mentioned to us, and I really do hope they come to pass, because some of the things you have in the offing, I'm getting this real fanboy buzz about, especially one guest that you were talking about, that you've talked to us about. I'm really looking forward to that. Sorry, folks. This is all the info I can give.
It's
we'll
a
be
secret.
talking about that guest.
Yeah,
we have a secret guest we'll be talking about in the next episode.
Oh yeah, that is. I'm kind of fanboying it over as well. I think anybody listening probably will. He's a great person.
Now, to get better into your like how your personalities are, like Lucian, your passion is in films, right? You love films. You've been in plays, numerous plays and such. Has that always been your passion, to be in the entertainment business?
I've been a movie buff since I was old enough to understand what they were about. I've actually been in a couple of movies. No offense, Don, but I've played a mob boss in a film called Kill Kill Vigilante 7, which was a locally produced movie. Oh, gosh, let's see. I have also done a horror film called The Fated Assemblage of Dr. Malvagio, which was available on YouTube last I saw. And, as far as plays, I haven't done any plays recently, although I did go to an audition about a week or so ago for a production of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So it's going to be interesting to see if that works out. I'm currently doing my annual haunted house acting gig at 7th Street Haunt here in Louisville, Kentucky. And
that must be awesome.
Oh, it's great, man. This is a very old school haunt. The owner, he likes to take everything back to basics, but we've got some really beautiful scenes and everything all built up, a wonderful creepy atmosphere to it, but we don't have, all of the hydraulics and the big mechanical toys, popping out at you, that sort of thing. This is all actor-driven.
So that's going to be very entertaining to go to. And also, Brandon, you're in the music business. You're just phenomenal when it comes to music. Was that always your passion, or was it?
Yeah, it's pretty much been a passion, I would say, my whole life. Growing up, my father was in a rock band, and I would say that's probably where my passion began. I used to always go watch him, do his gigs and play at his shows, and just the entertainment factor to it, just watching like how the crowd would react to them playing and how everybody always just had such a good time listening to him and his band. It really kind of inspired me to eventually go on and make music myself, which I'm in a different kind of genre. I produce and write mostly hip-hop music, but I'm very fluent in, I would say, all kinds of music. There's definitely a lot of local talent, everywhere, really. And it's a shame that most people don't get the publicity that they should get, because there's definitely a lot of talented people out there. But, yeah, I've been making music. I've been writing lyrics, I would say, since I was about 8 years old. So, I mean, I'm still young, so it's been about, let me think, almost 15 years now. But, yeah, music has definitely always been a passion of mine. I like music, I live for horror movies, video games, but music in particular is, I would say, like my expertise,
Any grade school any grade school groupies?
What?
Any grade school groupies?
Oh, there's always groupies.
What about you, Michelle? What about your passion in the entertainment world?
Well, my passion in entertainment has been kind of all over. I have over 40 years in entertainment in one aspect or another, from ballet dance, from modeling, acting. I've also hosted a couple of radio shows myself, and I was a segment person. I did a little talk show for a while. There's been a few things that, just not anything that went major. I had a good part in Real Steel. That was kind of decent. It was decent paying. Can't complain about that. Music, I've been in, sang, I've managed, promoted. So with promotions, that's been kind of most of my passion, I guess, because that's what I've done the most. And I'm really, really good at it. So I enjoy it. It's fun, grabbing people's attention and holding it.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
But
wow, you're sort of a Jill of all trades.
What was
that?
That?
Michelle, you said ballet or belly dancing?
Ballet. I did belly dancing for I think 2 years. It wasn't really my thing. I mean, it was easy, but I liked ballet. It was just a little bit more strenuous and a little bit more difficult.
Keith, I heard you were a great belly dancer.
Yep. I still do it once in a while. Yeah, I go down to the nursing homes every Saturday and I entertain them.
Oh yeah.
Coconut bro?
No. I go full frontal. Full frontal.
Oh, full frontal.
They're half blind anyway. There's no judging.
I'm sure you must get some great tips.
Did you say tips or tips?
If you can move your hips, there's a lot about that. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
But no, I've been
quite
in
the crowd, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it is. A very lively crowd. I mean, I have to slap their hands every now and then. They try to put their fingers and hands in places they don't belong.
Oh, boy.
But no, I've been my passion for entertainment came when I was young. I always loved horror films. I was always drawn to horror, science fiction, fantasy, and such, and I always loved to entertain. I ended up one night just saying I'm going to go to North Carolina, move there. I moved there, and that started my whole professional wrestling career, which spanned for I would say over 12 to 14 years. We give or take. The last 2 years in that was mostly like doing appearances and such, but I slowed down a lot. But I love to write films. I feel like I'm on a dating app. I feel like this is like that what do they call that again? That hookup place. My name is Keith. No, but anyway.
Wait, I'm the only chick. This is so freaky. I'm just saying.
I know. You're the only chick on this panel. But anyway, film. I ended up forming K&S Society Entertainment, which is a group of people who have always had the passion to do films, but they never really took off. They never really went to the schooling and such. So what we did is we joined forces, became a team, worked together, and we do independent films, mostly horror or drama or suspense, but we always use each other's ideas and we build on them. The whole goal of this is to inspire one another and to work together with one another to follow our passions and do what we like to do. And it's been very successful and it grew in it. But like I say, this season is going to be full of amazing time with a lot of special guests and such. But a lot of things I'm seeing now as I'm looking in the entertainment world, and I'm seeing a lot of changes in the entertainment field. For the first time in a long time, we had a horror motion picture, that movie It, that surpassed a lot of things on the charts, surpassed The Exorcist and the ratings and such. So I'm really
officially the top grossing horror film of all time.
Yep, and that's something that is really cool to see. But
and what a great movie it was.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I have my opinions on it. I'm sure everybody does. I was always a big fan of Tim Curry, and I think that he was always. He's still Pennywise to me, but the new Pennywise is awesome. Also did a great job. Very entertaining. It was a good horror film. But a lot of great horrors are coming out. Like I recently saw the movie Amityville: The Awakening, and that was a great film. It was not. I don't know why it never hit the theaters yet. But the thing is, or if it's going to, but I mean, I think that film really had a good tradition of the original Amityville horror, and Amityville: The Possession had a good feel with that, and it was a really good film. Cult of Chucky was really good. I mean, there's a lot of great films out there. Leatherface was good. What were some of your recent films that you watched that you really drew to and you think were good in your opinion?
Well, me personally, I would say It. I honestly love how they tied in comedy to it. It was something that I wasn't really expecting, and I got a huge kick out of it. I mean, that movie, it took me through like a whole roller coaster of like I was going from scared to laughing back to scared. You know, I thought that was amazing how they did that.
Now, did you see the original?
Yeah, I've seen the original.
Yeah, the original was must-see TV back in the day. Yeah. That was the one that got everybody talking afterwards. Yeah, there were a lot of great movies for TV fans.
Done like a TV movie where it was like part this night and a part that night.
Yeah, it was. The first half was one night. The second half was the following the following week. They showed the second half.
Okay, so I thought it was like regular TV. I'm that old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not watched the new one yet because it's the clowns, and clowns. I'm not too much of a fan. So.
Oh, come on.
He's real creepy in this one. I'll tell you that much. Not that he wasn't in the original, but.
I'm just like,
oh
love.
No, I'm good.
Beep, Michelle.
What? Well, if somebody actually came and sat and watched it with me, it probably would be okay. But yeah, I'm not too keen on watching it by myself. And there's clowns. Like clowns will come and eat you. They don't care.
Okay, listeners out there, you got the offer there. If anyone's willing to go and sit with Michelle to watch that,
I'll jump on it.
She is available. Michelle will give us your address when you get off the air. But
how about
also, have you seen the new movie Leatherface?
I did, Keith.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
To me, I like the way they tied in the characters from the original films, but I felt it more to be like a Devil's Rejects, gritty type feel rather than a Texas Chainsaw type feel. That was my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it was graphic. It was for all the gorehounds out there. It was worth watching, and it was entertaining. But you go in with the perspective that you're watching kind of like a gritty grindhouse, like a Devil's Rejects type film, and
which is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
I just want to elaborate on that. Rob Zombie is an absolute genius when it comes to directing horror movies.
Yeah, and that's why the Devil's Rejects. I mean, he didn't do Leatherface, but Leatherface is kind of in that tone of the Devil's Rejects. That's my opinion. Would be.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely agree about Rob Zombie because I saw House of 1,000 Corpses, and
amazing.
It was gritty, nasty, violent. I felt like I needed a shower afterwards, and you know what? I wanted to see it again.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I can't even. I really can't even count how many times I've seen that movie. Every Halloween, really, I watch it.
Yeah, it's I mean, Devil's Rejects and House of 1,000 Corpses. They were two of his best films. I also like, a lot of people didn't like, but I liked Lords of Salem. That was one of his films. And his newest one, 13. I liked it, but I didn't really get into it as much. His latest film.
Yeah, I agree. Michelle, you probably wouldn't like that one too much either because it's all clowns.
You're talking blood and gore, though, and I'm like going, oh, I'm hungry,
Yeah, right. Go whip up a steak.
They don't call her the natural vampire for nothing.
I'm like, nope, I'm good. I do without the clowns. Blood and gore, yes. You just need to have a donor with me. That's all.
Can't have enough gore.
What? Since we're talking about clowns and we have Michelle, we're talking to her. She told me this story this week. It was hysterical of her battle with an umbrella. Michelle, you want to talk about that story? Took her what was it, 2 hours to get in on patio umbrella in, and the wind kept blowing it.
No, I ended up wrestling with this umbrella it was a total of over 2 days, about 6 hours. So I was just trying to get it down, and I'm hearing you. Okay, so I'm like, okay, wrestle with this 11-foot umbrella for 2 days. I finally beat it. It beat the crap out of me. It, like, everything hurt. My breath starts. I'm like, my boobs hurt. Everything hurts. My arms hurt. My top of my head hurt. My toes hurt. It was ridiculous. It beat me up, but I
sounds like the umbrella won.
It's not. I won because it's all dismantled and apart and laying on the floor.
Put up
so
a fight.
So is the umbrella asked for a rematch?
And a little bit, so I think it was a great price. That's always good thing.
But all I can picture is Michelle just struggling and having this umbrella just dominating over her, and just here she is
like
just struggling.
Slapping me in the head. It beat me up. It beat me up pretty good, but I still won. So, you're the victor. I'm not laying on the floor. Jesus.
Sounds like we have a bill for the next Dark Society pay-per-view here.
Yeah, right.
Michelle wrestling
It'll gross
thing.
It'll gross more than the McGregor Mayweather fight.
There you go.
Well,
speaking of wrestling, did any of you watch Hell in the Cell last night?
I've seen clips of it. I'm poverty-stricken. I can't afford those pay-per-views anymore.
All right.
Yeah, I don't do the pay-per-views.
Yeah, no, I watched it. I have to say only a couple matches struck with me. I did like the Charlotte Flair match. I did like the Mahal match. I'd also the Shane McMahon match versus Kevin Owen match, that was a good match. It was really, the time-wise, it lasted a while, had its ups and downs, had its build-up, but I did not like the ending at all of the match, the conclusion of the match. So the pay-per-view, I watch them, I enjoy them. A lot of them are better than others, but it's not like what I used to watch when I was growing up and what got me attracted into the wrestling business. I used to love the old school wrestling. And
the WWE doesn't give its fans any credit for having any sort of memory, because I'm pretty sure that the ending for the Kevin Owens-Shane McMahon match, that they did something like that in the past. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who might not have seen it, but
it was a good match, though. I mean, I give it credit. I give the wrestlers credit, but I don't. I think the writing itself. I think the writing has to be a little better in the shows. That's my opinion, anyway. But anyway, this season also we're going to be going into getting a lot of different aspects. The last season we had mostly film-related guests on, but this season we're looking for people in the music business, the film business, comedy, professional wrestling, independent wrestling. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, just email docsocietypictures@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to book you and get you on our show. Also, how many of you are gamers out there? I mean, Brandon, I know you play video games a lot. Lucian, I think you're too busy to play video games. I don't think Lucian plays video games. What about you, Michelle? Do you play video games?
The only video game I've played recently is a Ancient Aliens thing on my phone. That's been it, because you can probe the people, so your slaves and stuff. So you can have slaves and minotaurs, and you can probe them. That's all I'm saying. It's nice.
So you really end up probing, huh?
Yeah.
It's harmless. It's harmless on the phone.
So Michelle's a prober. She likes to probe.
I'm like an alien prober. Yeah.
I do the probing.
You go to her house and she has this this bed with this bright light that shines down and all these tools hanging around. You go there after a few drinks, you don't remember what the hell happens.
Stirrups and a metal table,
Yep. You go there after a few drinks, you come out, you don't know what the hell happens, and your ass hurts.
Your ass hurts and you're low on blood.
Reminds me of the last time I voted.
Now, the video games in October, we have a lot of great ones coming out. We have The Evil Within 2 comes out October 13th.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah. And that looks really good. We also have the new, the sequel, I think, to the Shadow of Mordor coming out. That's going to be a great one. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. That comes out the 10th. Mm-hmm. And also we have Assassin's Creed Origins coming out the 27th. What was that?
Someone's nachos are done. Did you hear that ding?
Yeah, that was my messenger going off. Very popular. What I'm excited about is on October 13th, for all you Friday the 13th gaming fans out there, it's a day with great updates for the game. You have Friday the 13th, Part 4 Jason coming out. You have Part 4 Map coming out. You have weather effects coming out with rain and storms. You have a new counselor, and you have so many great other updates coming out for that game. I don't know.
I believe
Brandon, have you played the game yet, Brandon? Have you played Friday the 13th?
I've watched a whole lot of game footage of it. I have not got the chance to play it yet.
Oh, it's so much fun.
But,
if you love to hack up counselors and just have fun, that's the game for you.
Oh yes, it definitely sounds like a game for me. I believe they're also releasing it on disc on the 13th. If I'm not mistaken,
the physical copy. Yep, the physical copy comes out, and if you pre-order it, you get a Bloody Jason for a playable character. Now that'd be a game that I think Michelle would like and Lucian will like. I mean, it's a game that, in my opinion, puts you right in the Friday the 13th movies, from the music to the surroundings to the modeling of the scenario. I mean,
But is it easy? That's the question.
I think it's pretty easy, but I think it's more of a stealth, and it's a fun game, which you have to put your mind in a survivor if you're really going to try to escape Jason. You got to hide in the cabin. You have to get these like things for the vehicles or the phone box, get a fuse, call the police. Yeah. You have to learn to survive in the game. But I mean, if you play as Jason, that's a whole different aspect. That's a whole hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I was going to say, from judging from the game footage that I've seen, they definitely put the ball in Jason's court. And so, yeah, like you said, if you want to actually survive, if you actually want to make it through the entire match, you really have to, you have a lot of disadvantages as playing as Survivor opposed to playing as Jason. He can just sneak up right behind you. I'm not going to really explain how, but he can. It looks like a pretty scary game. Not going to lie, it looks fun.
And also, any listeners, if you want to play the game for its full feeling, turn off the volume of the game. Keep the sound effects. Just turn off the volume of the music. You do not hear Jason coming. It adds that scare effect to it, and it makes that suspense much more greater when you're playing. But I'm looking forward to Friday 13th Part 4 Jason, with he has the giant meat cleaver as a weapon, different kills, and also you have the Java's house. If you watch the Friday 13th Part 4 movie, you have the whole map set up like that. So it gives you a good play field in that game, which I'm looking forward to on the 13th, and it's all free. I mean, the character is free, the map's free, the weather effects, and that's all free. But I think you have to pay for certain aspects of the counselor packs, but you get a free counselor on the 13th. Also, if you're mild and you don't like the horror games, you have Super Mario Galaxy. That comes out, I think it's Odyssey. That comes out the 27th on Switch.
Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that comes out on the Switch, and Wolfenstein 2 on the 31st.
That I cannot wait for as well.
Yep, that's going to be, I'm looking forward to it as well. And if there's any listeners out there that want to call in and ask any questions, just call in at 914-338-1838. Once again, that's 914-338-1838. And in the meantime, we'll be talking about the entertainment world. Is there anything that you're looking for that is coming out, entertainment world, whether it's music, whether it's film? Is there any local talents that are playing in your area that you want to talk about?
Star Wars is going to be awesome. Sorry, it is.
What is?
What about
Star Wars movie?
Michelle?
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars. Oh, yeah.
Star Wars,
that's
I'm
December,
sorry.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's December. That's
Star
Wars season.
Speaking of Star Wars, back to gaming real quick. They actually just released the beta for Battlefront 2, and that is pretty awesome. Oh yeah, I've been playing that a lot too. And they have they finally have space battles, which was something that was missing from the first game that I'm actually really excited about.
Yep, I probably did my fair share of crashing into that ship that you're trying to get into in the beginning the past couple of days.
Yeah, there's a learning curve to playing it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now who's doing the Star Wars games now? Because I know it was LucasArts for the longest time.
Well, probably Disney.
No, I think LucasArts is behind it, but I
it's
think
the people who make the Battlefield games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I actually forgot their company.
Off the top of my EA.
DICE.
EA is
DICE.
Yeah.
EA and DICE.
Yeah. But no, but it's if you haven't played the Battlefront games, the Star Wars one, if you played the first one, a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't have the campaign, but this new game has a campaign, has a lot of new online multiplayer aspect to it. I mean, it's really fun of what I played in the beta. As Brandon said, it is a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of shooting, a lot of flying. But the new movie coming out in December, which I'm really interested in seeing. Are you all of you Star Wars fans?
Of course.
I saw the original 3, and then I went and saw Phantom Menace, and I felt like I horribly taken advantage of, and I didn't bother with the other two sequels. So.
Yeah, I feel that when I go to every movie. Taking advantage
every
of.
single Star Wars book. I have every single Star Wars book ever written.
Yes.
And then they
Star
said that
Wars
once
fan.
Disney bought it, it like obliterated the whole history of the entire Star Wars galaxy world and timeline and everything. It was devastating. I'm just saying. So they're doing everything in these new movies. So it's a whole new experience from everything that I, thus far have. Like I said, I have every single book, like literally right in front of me, because I'm in my library. I have every single book, and there's like hundreds and hundreds of them.
I'm just hoping that with all the powers at my command, that Disney does not make the mistake of bringing back what had to be the most irritating character committed to film that I've ever seen.
Jar Jar Binks?
Bingo!
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, they do that. And
How do I know?
I didn't
They
mind
do
it
that
because if you watch with the CGI, the movements of the ear and all of that, it's really amazing, technology-wise, what they did.
Michelle got turned on by Jar Jar.
I love
yeah.
Jar
it was that tongue action.
Jar Jar. Or it'd be Jar Jar Binks as Halloween now.
No, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope that the story is going to have a lot of. I think it builds up. I really am anticipating to see what's going to happen between the Luke Skywalker character and Rey and all them. So I'm really looking forward to all that. And hopefully we finally get to see what Snoke's was in this new one. So hopefully it lives up to the expectation. And another film that I'm really looking forward to, which you're reading a lot about, and it comes out in 2018 of Halloween, is the new Halloween film, with Jamie Lee Curtis attached to it, and John Carpenter is back behind helping out Blumhouse of putting this film together. What I heard today, though, is kind of a different approach, which I'm kind of curious on, but I'm also interested on, is how it's going to take place after the original Halloween. I thought it was going to be after the second Halloween, but it's going to be after the original Halloween. So that's going to be something that's interesting.
It's going to be
40 years after that. And I think if what I read, and I might be wrong, but what I read is it's not going to follow the whole impact story of Michael Myers being Laurie Strode's brother. The whole sister-brother aspect, I think it's just going to pick up and go a different route, which I think that's what John Carpenter wanted when he originally was wanting to do a sequel, was not to go in the way of having a brother or sister type thing. So I think it's going to be interesting to watch.
What I would really like to have seen was, I'm sure we've all seen Halloween 3, which sort of mentioned Michael Myers in a very peripheral sense, in that the shall we say, the cursed Halloween mass, as it were, driving him to kill. But John Carpenter had originally wanted to do a series of movies based not so much on Michael Myers. He sort of wanted to wrap that all up in the second film. And then he wanted to do a series of films set at Halloween, but with some of the traditional Halloween characters. Like part 3 was called Season of the Witch, and supposedly the fourth one, which never got filmed, was going to involve a werewolf, which would have been really interesting.
That would be really interesting. And I did see. I was a fan of the Part 3, the Part 3 Halloween. I don't know. I know a lot of people had different aspects and different opinions on it, but I really, really enjoyed the third Halloween. But I guess when people are so used to seeing hearing Michael Myers and everything, they were anticipating that's what it was about, but it wasn't. But I'm looking forward to that, and I think Tommy Lee Wallace did a great job at that, and he just had a birthday that passed. So
once again, Rob Zombie Halloween, awesome movie. Halloween 2, awesome movie.
Yeah,
of course.
Let me ask you, a lot of people agree, and a lot of people disagree with that. Me, I liked Rob Zombie's first Halloween. I did not like the second Halloween, but that was my opinion. I thought it was so clusterfucked. It was just so throwing you all over the place.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. That's for sure.
But
definitely.
What about the haunts in your area? Being the Halloween season coming up, and we're talking about Halloween, is there any great haunts in your area? Haunted houses, like rides, anything that you guys are looking forward to or going to be visiting soon?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm in Rhode Island, and they have they got Tower of Terror. I mean, not Tower. They got Factory of Terror. They got Field of Screams. They got Scary Acres. There's a lot of those are, like, I would say probably the three main ones in Rhode Island. I mean, there's a lot of them. Field of Screams I'm kind of looking forward to because they have the paintball zombie hayride, which I actually a few years back worked for. I worked as an actor. I worked as one of the zombies and got shot by at least 2,000 paintballs every night, which wasn't fun, but it should be some fun being on the other end of the gun. So I'm looking forward to that.
And what about you, Michelle? Are you going to any of these Halloween fests?
There's probably like about 50 around here. It's Michigan. We do have a lot of apple orchards, but probably the best place to go here is Erebus. It's decked out. It's amazing. It's probably one of the best I've ever been in. It blows everything away, so it's kind of hard to go anywhere else. But I like to go get my cider and donuts. So you've got to go and do that and get a pumpkin and all that, all the fun stuff.
I think Guinness Book of World Records called Erebus like the largest haunted attraction in the world. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 floors. It's amazing. It's like hands down. There's no point to go anywhere else. It's worth every penny to go. Even if you plan a trip from another state to come out, it is amazing. You will not regret it. It's absolutely the best place to go.
And Lucian, you were talking about a great Halloween attraction that's coming up in your neck of the woods.
Oh, yeah. We've been in operation since the second week of September. There were a couple of haunts. There was one haunt actually here in town, the Haunted Hotel here in Louisville. They opened up on Labor Day weekend, so they really got to jump on everybody else. But Haunted Hotel here in Louisville is fantastic. It's a little reminiscent of the Rob Zombie films, and it's got a very gritty, sort of rough feel to it. But the cast was top notch, and some of the effects that they put in, it's actually in an old house. And some of the effects that they put in, there's one room where you get in and the floor is actually moving under your feet. They also have an elevator ride that is absolutely wild. And then, of course, there's 7th Street Haunt, where I act. We've been doing great. We did 700 people this past Saturday night.
That's a good amount of people.
And then, there's also one here in town as well called Asylum Haunted Screen Park. And there's, I think, 3 attractions there. There's a paintball, there's a haunted trail, and there's Zombie Apocalypse as well. So that's another top-notch show, too. And, there's also a few smaller ones whose names I just don't have in my head right now. But, one in particular, it's called Devil's Attic. It's here in Louisville. And they do a lot of movie-themed scenes, and some of their stuff, the way they put it on, it is the best you'll see this side of Universal Studios. I mean, it is that good. They do a Saw setup with, with a maze kind of thing that you'll actually you'll think you're going crazy there for a moment. It's just really that good.
In the Pennsylvania area, we have Reaper's Revenge, which is a pretty good haunted attraction, very popular. They have some good stuff going on there. And also you have one of my favorites is the Circle Drive-In Theater. Has the Halloween the Field of Screams type, but they play horror films on the drive-ins after you go through the attractions. So you can go trick-or-treating, you can watch horror films in the drive-in playing on a big screen. It's very retro. Takes you back to like the 70s and 80s feel because they play those good films like Maniac, and they play films like Night of the Living Dead, some good grindhouse features, which I really like. But there's one attraction that's one of our filmmaker friends, Devlin White, has over in his neck of the woods in Texas. It's Corpse Wood Haunted Forest. And what I liked about his concept of his attraction he did is he put like a true story emphasis on this. So as you're going through the haunt, it's telling you a story as you're embarking on it. Like the story is based on a 1982 Corpsewood Manor murders that are still to this day shrouded in mystery and allegations. It's commonly believed that the owners were engaged in devil worshipping and cult behavior. Charles Scooter, one of the owners, painted a self-portrait that prophesied his demise and the manner in which it would occur. The unbelievers must pay for their insolence and so believe or suffer the wrath of the fallen. I mean, he put a story behind it. And for those of you who don't know Devlin White, he is an independent filmmaker, but he does a lot of great, he does toxic films, but he does a lot of great work with going in depth, mostly in true stories and such. But if you want to visit that, that's at 4135 FM, and it's 1563 Wolf City. Now, the number is 472-940-1497, and you can get some information there, or you can email at janderson@wolfcityproductions.com and get some more information about this haunt. Once again, it's Corpsewood Haunted Forest. And I've seen a lot of great write-ups on that. And I'm sure he's on Facebook. You can look him up, Devlin White. And Lucian, I know you're friends with him. And Michelle, you're probably friends with him as well. I mean, he's a great guy when it comes to filmmaking, and he's behind all the Dark Society Entertainment channel on the streaming Roku, and he's a great person when it comes to technology and putting things out there and promoting things. And this is his haunt, and he did a great job with it.
Yeah, that's one of the big ways that haunts have changed. I know this sounds weird, but I've been a haunt actor for going on 41 years now. And back when I started out with the JCs, it was, okay, we have a big old house, and we have the scene, and no real continuity to it. And now everything's becoming more like a movie in that it's all story-driven. You try to create more of an immersive experience, for people to enter into.
And I think that's also a good element to have, like you said, Lucian, in these haunts, is to have a good story and to have a good feel when you're going through that. You're actually embarking on something as it's explaining and telling it, like through every scare factor, through every suspense factor, you actually have something behind it. I mean, I like that whole premise that the haunts are doing, a lot of the haunts are doing. Now, is there anything coming up in any of your agendas that you like to promote? Brandon, what about music? Is there anything you like to push, or any friends out there you want to promote?
Yeah, actually, I am planning on releasing some music soon myself. If this is something that somebody, who would like to check out, you can either add me on my Facebook, which is Brandon Levesque. I'll be posting all over that. Or I'm going to be making a SoundCloud as well soon. I have a Reverb Nation page, which would be reverbnation.com/react401. I'm probably going to be releasing a few songs. Also, my buddy, part of my music group, which is CTPMG, he's going to be releasing some music as well soon, I would say by the end of October. So, we're going to be putting out some music, some new tracks for anybody who's listening that wants to check it out. You can just look up CTPMG on SoundCloud or on Facebook as well. We have pages on both. And I mean, there's just a lot of local talent, man. You know, there's really just too many other artists to think of right now. I got to speak to a few people and could definitely get some more music. Yeah, for sure. You know, bring them either as guests or they can perform some music. I mean, either way, you know, there's definitely a lot. There's Young Biz, D Gomes, and then also aside from hip hop, there's, like I said, there's a lot of other music that's being produced right now in this area. I know a few local singers as well that are doing a lot of things in the music industry, and I mean, I'm sure I'll have more to talk about next time. I'm going to get some of their information, you know, see if they want to be guests on the show. I'm sure they would. I'm sure they'd love the opportunity.
And what about you, Michelle? Do you have anything that you have coming up that you like to promote?
Well, right now I know I'm not allowed to talk about my current job because my employer is a little nervous about sometimes some of the things that fall out of my mouth. So I can't mention anything like with that. So I'm going to talk to some of my musician friends and some of my actor friends, and I'm going to get some of them booked on the show, and I'll figure out what their schedules are and where they're going to be, so that I can actually promote them properly. Because I wasn't fully prepared. I have like about an hour, and I was like, oh,
hey,
time for...
I apologize for that ahead of time. But no, I know you probably have a lot of good things coming up though in the future that I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And plus you have a lot of good.
I have lots to talk about. But I'm a little bit more prepared now to know what exactly we're doing. So.
And plus you'll probably have a lot of great guests that's going to also be joining the show as well. Michelle knows a lot of great people, awesome people, and she said earlier on the show, she's been in the business of entertainment one way or another for so many years that
for decades and decades and decades and decades. It's a long time, but I have a lot of friends in every industry. So,
what about you, Lucian? I know that Lucian did a lot of plays now. Is there anything good coming up in the future, Lucian?
Actually, I was set. I'd already signed the contract. A local playwright here in Louisville by the name of Todd Ziegler had done this absolutely wonderful mashup of How the Grinch Stole Christmas and Doctor Who called All the Who's in Whoville. And we've been doing that. And we've been doing that for the last 2 years. And I had signed the contract for a production this year, but they had to cancel it because, well, his wife had their most recent baby. And she was our director as well, so they're taking time off for that. I can't say I blame them. But as it stands right now, I've got the acting at the 7th Street Haunt here in Louisville, and I'm got that till the end of the month. And I'm scouting around trying to find an agent, actually, in hopes of getting my toes wet in that respect. So
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of great things from you, Lucian. I mean, you're awesome in all you do. I mean, you have that talent and that charisma and the passion that you just shine through with it. And so how'd you guys like this pre-show today? I mean, I think it was a great time to get together and to talk about ourselves and our likes and so forth. And like I say, this Wednesday coming, we're going to have the Glow season. The Glow Girl is going to be on there. And we're going to have Patricia Summerlin, who is Sunny. We're going to have Roxy Astor, and we're going to have Debbie Miller, who is Dallas. So it's going to be a great show this Wednesday. And for K&S Society Entertainment, we have For Rent coming out. We just wrapped with a movie called The Horror Host, which we'll be pushing forward and getting that out on the shelves and pushed out. You can also buy your Dawn of the Dead action figure and the Dawn action figure from Great Southern Championship Wrestling by visiting the website, the official website, www.docsocietyentertainment.com. So you can go ahead and purchase your action figures. And also the Dawn of the Dead show, the newest season is going to be hitting as well. So check back on Wednesday when we join with the Glow Girls of Professional Wrestling and Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling for our next episode of Doc Society Entertainment Talk Live Season 2, Episode 1. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Completely out of my mind, and they're coming to